Okay, so now you can see I've got the lines drawn all over this face. And a good way to test whether you've done a decent job and you've got enough features in is just to click on that background image and delete it. So I can see recognizably that there's a face in here. Now I want you to have a close look at some of the things that I've done. Okay, so for example, you can see along this glasses ridge here, I haven't actually done the top of the glasses. That's because I'm going to write the letters here and I'm going to shape them to fill up the frame of the glasses. So you don't always need to do the top of objects. Similarly, I've done the bottom of the pupils and the bottom of the irises, but I haven't done the top again because I'm going to type along this path and I don't want it to go around in a complete circle. I'm just going to scoop it down and then I'm going to change the shape so it fits in. Okay, and again you can see that I've done that with the ear. I'm going to write the text along this path so it fills out to the edge of the ear. Alright, so the next thing we need to do is you need to type up the 40 questions, the answers to the 40 questions, so you've got some words to type along the lines. What you do to type along the lines is you get your type tool, your T tool, and you click on the line. Okay, so you can see now I've got a flashing line on that line, and this one's turned blue, so I can now type along here, as you can see. So I'm going to type a few words up and I'm going to put them on the screen, and then we're going to learn how to shape them a bit more carefully. So we'll start by just writing, let's say, teacher. Okay, now on each line you may need to put one word or you might need to put a few. So for your projects you're going to need to put all 40 words in, but because I haven't written up the 40 words, I'm just going to repeat the same word over and over. Alright, I think that's enough times. I'm going to put in a double space there just so it's clear that they're separate words. Now I'm going to highlight that. You need to go up to type, go to font, and choose a font that you think suits who you are. So let's say this time round you want the font to be pretty solid. You don't want to go for something like this where only the outside of the word's showing. You want the whole word to be showing just so you get as much detail in there as possible. So the font I'm going to choose is this one. Okay. So now that I've chosen that and that it fills up the whole line, if it didn't fill up the whole line, I'd resize it. I can resize it by just going like this or down to go like that. Okay, so it fills up the whole line, but I want it to be stretching up to here. So to get it to stretch up to there, I click on the mouse button, make sure that this is selected. I go Object, Expand. Okay. Alright, so now you don't have the line there anymore, but you've got the letters. Okay, so I'm going to keep in mind where that line was. I'm going to double click so I can edit this section. Move this one here. Now I'm going to start resizing them. To make sure that they maintain the same dimensions, I'm going to hold down Shift while I resize. Okay, so now I can see that as I'm resizing them, they're sort of going off the line a little bit. So what I can do is I can select a group, so just by dragging this box over them, select them, and I'm just going to use my arrow key to move them across. Now, to make sure that these ones are going along the line again, I'm just going to select them and now I'm going to rotate them and put them up here. Okay. So now that I've fitted this word in, I'm going to actually drag this one up, highlighting it. And I'm going to put it in here and now resize this one to fit in here. Alright, so now you know how to type on a path, resize individual letters and fit them to an area.